Coming up on the Lakeside Loop, a few members of the a cappella choir worship in the park. Ethan Degner drives and competes with his race car.
We check in on some of Lakeside's freshmen, and a Lakeside student drives his tractor to school. The loop starts now.
Hello and welcome back to the Lakeside Loop. I'm Jonah Osmankowski.
And I'm Logan Wenzel. Last weekend, 8 members of Lakeside's a cappella choir went to an event in Johnson Creek called Worship in the Park through Emmanuel Farmington.
Because I come to live in love and trust in all things.
Worship in the Park went really well. We had the opportunity to witness to our Lord in front of about 175 people or so. We at Emmanuel had canvassed the Johnson Creek community August 28th and had gotten to about 3/4 of the community, and so we had invited many people to come to that worship in the park from the community as well as from our congregation. Well, this was the first time actually that a cappella kids have gone to sing for worship in the park. And we just felt that this year we wanted, with inviting the community, we wanted them to have a better taste of what Emmanuel Church was like, what our worship was like at Emmanuel, and bringing in the kids from Lakeside to sing added a little something special to it.
In past years, about 160 people have attended worship in the park. This time, there were 196. God's blessings on the ministry of Emmanuel in Farmington, and well done, a cappella. Last week, we highlighted Bella Alvarez and her unique passion for gentling horses. This week, we spoke with senior Ethan Degner about his experience racing at Jefferson Speedway.
So I got started always growing up riding four-wheelers and dirt bikes, and so 2018 is when I started racing dirt bikes. Raced it for about 2 years, and that's kind of when I realized wasn't my fit for me. A lot of hard work on the body. So with my dad owning Ryan's Auto Care in the business here in Lake Mills with the automotive side, he had always been helping out some of the racers locally at the track, and that kind of got me intrigued with going there more often. We got talking about racing and them saying that they had a car for me to run this year. We set up that car and they let me run it for the season, and between that and buying my own car this season, we were able to run both of them and make a good year out of it. We've had a very ups and down kind of season. So we started out in this new car that I've never been on a racetrack, and we're learning more and more every night, but it started out okay. We had some car issues, and finally we got the car running where we were happy with, and I had a feature win. And then the next night after, or 2 nights after that, we had some motor issues with it, and that's where my second car came into play. I was able to go pick that up that same night and race that. Now that I'm getting more comfortable in that, this past weekend I had a heat race win in that, and it's been getting faster every weekend.
Thanks for sharing, Ethan, and good luck on your future races.
Ethan isn't the only one who drives a unique vehicle. Most freshmen can't even drive themselves to school, but Will Herbrand found a loophole. Last Friday, he decided to come to school on his tractor. This isn't the first time someone has found an uncommon way to get to school, but he is the first of this year. In the past, people have come on snowmobiles, ice skated across the lake, and of course, driven tractors. We're excited to see what other fun forms of transportation this year will bring.
High school is a big change from grade school, and the transition is different for everyone. We asked some of Lakeside's freshmen how the transition was for them.
The biggest difference from grade school to high school is the amount of people. The homework, I would say. The homework is a bit harder.
The biggest difference would probably be all the kids. I came from a class of like 15 and now I'm in a school with like 400 other kids. It's so crazy.
The hardest thing of coming to Lakeside from middle school was lockers and then walking back and forth from classes to classes and not staying in one class.
Probably dealing with the crowded halls, because it's a lot harder to operate from one classroom to the other with a short period of time to get from one class to another with everybody in the halls and stuff like that, talking with their friends.
The easiest thing, surprisingly, has been remembering my locker combination. I thought I would forget it, but it hasn't been a problem.
The lockers, I found them really easy.
My favorite thing is just the general atmosphere. Everyone is so nice and helpful, and it's just amazing.
The teachers and still having my friends.
Every chapel service is different. Each service is great, and we get to learn about God. It's great.
Don't worry, freshmen, you got this, and we hope you have a great experience here at Lakeside. Cross-country season is underway, and we had a chance to check in with a few runners about how the season is going.
The last cross-country meet went pretty well. Guys varsity won again for the second meet in a row, and girls JV also won again for the second meet in a row. The course was better than Lodi, at least in my opinion. There was the one hard part of the course, which was the sandhill, which was really bad this year. It seemed like as soon as we hit the sand, we just lost all energy.
You're almost there!
One of my favorite things about cross country is definitely the big family feel that we get from having the teammates, but also the giant pasta dinners we have before some meets, because those things are the best. We have to run up these massive hills sometimes. We have one meet where you're climbing up a hill that's pretty much essentially just a giant pile of sand. And also every Monday we have a really long run, but it's really nice to do it because it's amazing to see what you can actually accomplish when you put your mind to it.
The boys cross-country team has won both the Lodi and Poinette meets. God's blessings on the rest of your season. We also caught up with a few members of the volleyball team.
Since we did really well this year, I think a lot of people are excited to see what we can do. There's a lot more games and stuff, a lot more fans, so it's really exciting to see everyone coming out to support us.
Our biggest improvement is probably how we work together this year. The girls are excited to be here and they love just working together and figuring things out. So some of our team building activities that we've done, they've just done really well this year in figuring those types of obstacles out, which is awesome. We love our fans in the stands. The louder that they cheer, I think the better that we play. It really just helps us to get our energy up. And in volleyball, it's amazing how much the energy plays into how well you play. So the more fans we can have in the stands, the better. And the louder the cheers, the more creative the cheers. We just absolutely love it. So yes, fill the stands.
The Warrior Band has been practicing and performing since this summer. We interviewed a few band members about what it's like being part of the band.
Now we're practicing for Gamila Kite, and I'm actually in the color guard, so we do a lot of the flags in front of the band, and we're practicing our drill right now in the gym while the band is outside working on their drill. It's such a giant family, and everybody's so connected, and it's so cool when everybody comes together instead of individuals. It's a giant group thing that we've all worked towards for a long time. So we went to St. Louis and we marched in the big parade there, and we got second place in that, which was pretty awesome. And then we marched in Glen Ellen on the way back, which was a giant parade, and that one was super fun too. just think everybody should do it. I mean, even if you don't play an instrument, like you can always be in honor guards. We're always looking for people in color guard, and it's just really fun.
We look forward to hearing and watching you in Sunday's parade. And now, it's teacher time.
Teacher time, teacher time, teacher time with Jaden Thundercloud.
Howdy, I'm Jaden Thundercloud, and as someone with a last name in the latter half of the alphabet, I think that going from A to Z in every single list is getting old and tiresome. So, this week, we're giving the Z last names their fair shot, and really sticking it to the Osmuses and Austins of this world. That's right. This week, we're interviewing Mr. Jacob Zeal, the algebra extraordinaire.
Well, what can I do for you? What do you want to know?
Who are you?
I'm Jacob Zeal, new teacher here at Lakeside.
What are you?
What am I? I am a baptized child of God.
What was your dad's reaction when you accepted the call to Lakeside?
My dad was excited, him being a Lakeside graduate himself and living in Oconomowoc, not too far away. Was very excited, and they've been happy to have me here, I hope. It's been nice to have them here, so it's been good.
What's your most embarrassing memory from high school?
Definitely the first week of high school. I'm in choir with the rest of my class, and I'm a high school freshman, so I'm screwing around, and I get singled out, and my choir director throws me out of class in front of the entire class, like the first week of school. So my dad wasn't too happy about that one, but it didn't happen again, I'll say that. But that was pretty embarrassing.
If you could go to dinner with one famous person, who would it be?
If I could, Jesus, of course, but I don't think that's going to be possible. But I will say Giannis Antetokounmpo.
What size is your left foot?
Great question, actually, but they are both the same, but size 10, not that big.
What was your most embarrassing teacher moment?
Well, actually, just today, it was pretty embarrassing. I'm telling my homeroom kids, or not my homeroom kids, telling my homecoming kids about the theme for our float that we're making, and I told them the wrong theme today, so that was pretty embarrassing. I had to send an email, and we're not doing Loki versus Thor, that's the freshman. We're doing Superman versus Lex Luthor, so that was pretty embarrassing today.
If you were stuck on an island with nothing to eat besides avocados or beef jerky, what would you eat?
Oh my goodness, Slim Jims, times 1,000. I've never had an avocado in my life. Never had guacamole. Never will try it either. So Slim Jims for sure.
Which algebra class or period is your favorite?
See, some people are going to get really mad at me how I answer this. So this is a good question. Second hour is a lot of fun. They're still working on getting all their homework in on time. Third hour is working on being a little too noisy, so they got to quiet down a little bit. My last class, we'll go with them here. They've been the most consistent so far.
What is your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is baseball.
How did you enjoy being taught by Mr. Rosenau?
As far as I can remember, it was pretty good. Yeah, being in his first ever class was pretty interesting, and now I still want to call him Mr. Rosenau all the time. So it was good though, good memories.
Do you eat mac and cheese with a fork or a spoon?
Fork, definitely. Got to pierce the noodle. Yep.
What is your favorite thing about Lakeside?
My favorite thing so far has been just the positive atmosphere that every class period and that you get from fellow faculty members and fellow and students too. It's just all been positive, and that's been the best thing so far.
Who is your biggest hero in life?
Ooh, man. Well, growing up, it was a collective answer. It was probably the Power Rangers. But now, the hero in my life, I don't know, it's probably still the Power Rangers.
What's your favorite sports team and why?
Ooh, well, I'm a big Wisconsin sports fan in general, but I'd either have to go with the Brewers or the Wisconsin Badgers basketball team. This would probably be my top two.
What's your reaction to this image?
Is that a new ride at Disney or what? That is something right there. Wow. Is that some weird nightmare that someone had, or is that going to be the next mural for the hallway out here? It could be. Yeah, maybe there's an idea. Let's paint that up in the science hallway.
All right. Well, that should do it. Do you want to keep this?
Sure. Oh, yeah. I'll put that right on the board.
And now you're in the loop. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jonah Osbankowski.
And I'm Logan Wenzel. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.